Coming to paperback and e-readers this April, Isis, the main event. It's carnage inside of a steel cage as the goddess next door steps in the squared circle against the beast from the falls in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, the main event, this April. Hi everyone, it's your boy Shawn, and I'm here with another comic review video. Now, I'm going to do reviews of the Black Sands comics and the Diary of a Mad Black Werewolf in the next week, but I just remembered that the last issue of Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter was coming out this week, and I definitely wanted to pick up the conclusion to that awesome miniseries. Now, I've been reading the Count Crowley Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter miniseries since last year, and I've been loving everything I've been reading in this series. Now, this fourth and final issue of the miniseries brings everything to a very satisfying conclusion, and it does what a good miniseries should do, and that has you asking to see more of this character. And the Count Crowley character conclusion is very satisfying because writer David Damastikon does an amazing job of developing Jerry Bartman in this series and making her a very rich and multidimensional character in just these 4 issues all by themselves. And this 4th issue does a great job of answering a lot of questions that a lot of readers were asking over the course of the first 3 issues regarding Jerry's past, and it does a great job of concluding the character transformation arc of the Jerry character. Now, Lucas Kettner's art, it really reminds me of old school horror comics like EC Comics and some of the old Mad magazines I used to read back in the day. And this art is really bold and it really pops in this final issue. I mean, the art here is really bold and dynamic, and the storytelling is very compelling. Now, this 4th issue opens up with Jerry finding out some information and going to investigate on things. She first goes to an AA meeting, then she starts thinking about things, and then starts going on more to go investigate more into this mystery regarding the original Count Crowley. So the series continues to go on. We get some revelations about Jerry's past that are very painful and really give us some insight into why she is struggling with alcohol and has struggled with alcohol over the course of the last couple of issues, and why her career is in the sad state of affairs that it is in right now, and has led to her winding up becoming this hostess on this show. We get some really good pictures as related to character development, and the art here really conveys the power of the story. I mean, look at the last 4 panels here. We get this powerful contrast, and it just shows us this decline of the Jerry character. And I'm not going to spoil things because I don't want to spoil too much as related to what happens to the Jerry character. That's why we're going to get this picture of the other side of my room, because I don't want to spoil things as related to this story, because there's so much that goes on here that is just so good that I don't want to ruin it. So, and I don't want to get a copyright strike either, so I don't want to ruin how great this story is, because the Jerry character really, she comes into coming to an understanding about what her demons are, and that helps her get a better handle on how to take on the demons that she has to deal with in this story and the monsters that she has to deal with, because in this issue she finally confronts the greatest monster she has to deal with, which is herself and the unresolved issues that happened that led to the decline of her career. I mean, David Damastikon does a great job of developing the Jerry character. He really gives her a lot of rich multidimensionality. He gives her a lot of depth and layers, and he really does a great job of bringing some strength to this character, showing us the strength of her inner character and how that strength of character leads to her being able to take back the role of Count Crowley in the later issues of this story. So it really does an amazing job, this Count Crowley miniseries of introducing us to this character as she finally takes back the mantle of Count Crowley, accepts her role as Count Crowley, and becomes starts working towards rebuilding her life. So this series, again, this miniseries, it does what a good miniseries it should do, and what a good miniseries should do is have you asking for more. And this one really does a good job of having you ask for more. Because with this miniseries, I wanted more, and I really would love to see an ongoing with the Jerry character as Count Crowley, and I would love to see the Count Crowley character really get that opportunity to be excuse me again, I'm going to try to go back here so I can get back to the cover, because I love this book so much. I don't want to ruin it for people, and I don't want to spoil it for people, because this is a great comic that you definitely want to pick up. You want to pick up all 4 issues, and this one, again, it will have you asking to go out here and pick up the next issue, because I wish there was an issue number 5. I wish there was a second story arc, and this one had me asking for more. And again, when you have a really compelling character in a really compelling story, you want to read more of that character. You want to see their next adventure. And this conclusion, while it wraps up the story of Count Crowley, has me wanting to see Jerry Bartman in another Count Crowley adventure. And I would love to see Dark Horse go out of their way to give us another Count Crowley adventure. I cannot go out of my way to highly recommend you pick up the issues of Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter. You will be very happy with this miniseries. You'll be very happy with this story. And this story shows us that you can write a very compelling character as a strong heroine and tell a great story without any sort of social justice themes, identity politics. All you need is a very compelling heroine and a character transformation arc. And David Demostikon and Lucas Kettner give us a very powerful heroine with Jerry Bartman. They give us a rich, multidimensional heroine, and they give us a great character transformation arc where we see your Jerry Bartman, who goes from a state of decline as dealing with her personal issues and dealing with these monsters in herself, and then rising to become the monster hunter who winds up taking on all of these dangerous monsters. And again, she starts that monster hunt by reluctantly dealing with the greatest monster herself. And that's what really makes this series great, is because we have this great character and great character development. And I'm hoping that David Demostikon and Lucas Kettner get back together and give us another Count Crowley mini-series or an ongoing Count Crowley series, because if they continue to give us the high-quality stories that they gave us in this miniseries, I can see Count Crowley becoming a very fan-favorite character. Again, I highly recommend you pick up Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter from Dark Horse at your local comic shop or Comixology. This is one you definitely want to get in paper copies, because this one is going to be a classic. And if they launch a trade, I'm definitely going to pick up that trade. If you want to see me make more comic review videos like this and be able to buy the comics to do the reviews for these videos, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. Or if you want to try some of my SJS Direct publications that feature heroines like the Isis series, the E-Steam series, and the Smith-Dorella trilogy and the Thetas, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com, where you can find my books in paperback and Kindle format. That's all I have to say for this review video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.